Live. We are live. All right. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting live stream edition of The Ravens Flock.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome. We are now in the month of May. May the 2nd, the first weekend of May. We are in May. It's May. I'm not going to pull any Justin Timberlake memes. There's already too much out there.
It's gonna be May.
Oh, no. There's one of him just saying, it's just me.
Yeah, I know. It's like a GIF, and he's like him looking very somber and saying, "It's just May.
It's just me."
Gotta love Justin.
I'm your host, Jose Casabona. Joining me right now is the host of the Black Files, our very own accomplished director here, Mr. Juan Arauz.
How's it going, folks? I'm feeling a little better over here.
We are.
Noro Otaku's joining us. How's it going? Good evening.
We are expecting the host of Los Amigos Play, Angel Mendez, to be hopping in, but it looks like he'll be hopping in a little bit later right now. He's a little held up, but that's not going to stop us because we have plenty to discuss.
Yep.
Plenty of things to talk about. First off, let's start with the big one. Juancho, what you got for us?
Well, first things first, I want to thank you all for tuning in. And if you're first-time viewers, please hit the subscribe button, which you're going to find here.
Right here.
The notification bell is going to be right next to it, right here.
Be sure to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all of our content.
Yep, and of course, give us share your content, share our content with your friends on youtube.com /The Ravens Flock, and we encourage you to please interact with us, leave comments. We see that Nora is joining us. If you're watching on a mobile device, she's joining us in the live chat here. If you're on a desktop, she's joining us here.
Leave a comment down below and leave some questions for us because we will be answering them during the live stream.
And of course, as per usual, these live streams are uncensored. We discuss geek news, geek culture, specifically anime conventions, and we discuss the happenings of the cosplay world as well as best as possible.
Anything nerd related.
Yep, and of course, nerd culture. We do movies, TV shows, video games, books, theater, podcasts from other people.
Woo-hoo!
And we encourage you to please join us in these discussions because it's our mantra to make your voice our mission. So we'll go ahead and we'll be getting folks on the line, and all right, that was Angel messaging me here saying, hey.
He'll be joining us very shortly, but yes, to sum up what Juan said, please leave your comments and questions down below on the thread, and we will be answering them for the duration of this episode while we're live.
Yeah, while Jose is trying to do his best community radio DJ voice.
It's funny you mentioned that because, like, at work, where I work at an office call center job, I've actually been told that I actually have the voice for radio.
And I'm glad that they're saying the voice for radio instead of being a-holes and saying, oh, you've got a face that's great for radio. Like, man, fuck you. How dare you insult our looks? Yeah, I know I'm not like a perfect...
FM 1980, Radio Disney. Thank you for tuning in.
1380.
1380. Man, it's been a long time since I listened to Radio Disney.
And here's our man...
Did someone say radio?
Here's our man, Angel Mendez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the host of Los Amigos Play, the man with the accent, the best in interviews, #1 voice here of the Ravens Flock, coming to you live from an undisclosed location. This is Angel Mendez.
My greetings to my fellow man in this age of difficulty and scarcity. How y'all folks doing?
We're doing all right, brother. We're just glad to see that you're alive, that you got a pulse. I was helping you get through some nasty customers that are great jobs here, but that stuff is fine. Thankfully, I've managed to get my tension down, so I'm not like heaving every single 5 seconds just to catch a breath. And I know that you've been dealing with stressful people too.
Just a reminder, folks, that we are at the end of the day, we are all human, and we go through the same struggles as everyone else.
Right. As you were saying, Angel.
Ultimately, it was less of frustrating people and more on ignorant people that I simply cannot stand. I know, I suppose people might say that I am biased because I have all this information available for me. But I'm like, shut up, you can read, can't you? But they read, and they still do not listen. And brother, sometimes I just don't understand why people refuse to listen. But then again, the most recent months have certainly shown that people are perfectly fine with shutting their ears and closing their eyes, as long as it gives them the answer they want to hear first, right?
And I know what you mean. It's customer service at the end of the day, and that's a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the ass. They can't. Thank goodness, though, we've got each other to rally with. We've got each other to bounce these frustrations off of, so that we can try and find some chill for all this shit. And thankfully,
In a
we
chillless world.
and
We ain't gonna get no rain clouds up in here. No one's gonna get rained on this episode.
as a matter of fact, we're trying to put out like as much good news and shit that we've learned over the last week in terms of our friends and of each other, and just how we're trying to get by this stuff and try to be positive. I know that it seems futile sometimes, especially with the kind of line of work that we do, in order to pay the bills. But I know that there's always some sort of bright spot that you can look towards for some sort of joy here.
I say this a lot. I say this a lot in public and personally. There's always a silver lining to every situation.
There has to be. Mind you, this might result in a somewhat blind faith that someone at some point is manning the light at the end of the tunnel. But if we didn't have the hope for a better tomorrow, if we didn't have even the slightest hope for something better in life, shit, man, we would have gone extinct a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And speaking of good news, we actually have some good stuff that we could talk about.
For once,
Yes.
In fact, I've actually sent you some homework for some good stuff that we could talk about. Have you taken a look at it?
Was that the link you sent me about the PlayStation?
Yes, and we'll get to that in a bit. But first,
Now that I am intrigued about.
But first of all, I want to get this out of the way because this is good. This is really good.
all right.
Juancho's going to take the helm for this part here.
Okay. A friend of the flock over here recently got a little highlight done by the local news, Fox 13 in Tampa Bay, and that would be Miss Scarlet Stitchery cosplaying and costuming.
That's right.
Yeah, she got a little highlight, a public interest article done on her, and they have a video of their own. You can go ahead and look them up, Fox 13 News, and we're actually pretty happy for her. We're pretty proud of her getting a little more kudos in the community, not just amongst us geeks, but as a community as a whole.
How long has she been cosplaying?
How long? Let's see. I would say, what day is today? Saturday?
Today's Saturday, May 2nd.
Right? Angel, it's Saturday, right?
Right now, it is, in fact, Saturday, yes.
Okay, last I checked, she's been cosplaying for at least 8 years.
8 years?
Nice.
My goodness.
At least 8 years that I know her.
For the first time in a long time, the Ravens flock is willing to give a shout out to a public news networks because for once they're talking about something we give a crap about.
Yeah, we're not very big on Fox News, folks.
True. Admittedly, this might just be a sign of the fact that news are so goddamn slow that this is as far as they can go, but we would still like to extend our sincerest congratulations to the fact that for once, her magnificent efforts have finally been acknowledged by the world at large, and not just the average inner circle cosplaying thing, you know?
Yeah,
absolutely. And she's got a couple of accolades under her belt. Like I think you told.
You gotta understand. Scarlet Stitchery, we met her at MetroCon many years ago, and she had performed as Sailor Moon in stage shows. But what you may not know, unless you know her, is she's also a card-carrying member of the 501st Legion. She is a card-carrying, officially sanctioned Star Wars cosplayer. She's done costumes of Kira from Solo, the Emilia Clarke's character, and the way she's got her outfit done up. She did the one where she's looking like an Imperial officer with the red cape.
Yeah,
and it is
that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Her outfit is Padme as well. I've seen her get dressed up, and is the one in episode 2, that yellow and purple
dress. Got scratched by a cat.
No, not that one. No, that's the white.
That's the white one. All right, which one?
I'm talking about the nice, pretty one where she was on Naboo, the yellow and sort of pink princess dress looking thing.
The royal get-up that showed off for that. Well, it only showed off for a few scenes, but it was surprisingly bold fashion statement
and
even
memorable.
for space.
Like, it's memorable. I remember seeing her on it, and it was like, oh my god, this is perfect. It's beautiful. And we got to take a picture of her in it, and she looks great. And like, one of the things that you need to know about that specific outfit is that's the one where she's where in the scene she and Anakin Skywalker are overlooking the lake, and that's the outfit she's wearing when they have their first kiss. Mm-hmm. And it's adorable, and it's awkward and weird because like, unless you're like a total fucking like 11 out of 10 Chad or whatever, your first kiss is always going to be weird.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But in
Unless
this one,
you're some bizarre pornomancer that exists only in xvideo.com.
true. But like at the end of it, like just seeing her attention to detail on that, we got to see her in it at Central Florida Comic Con. And since we went for 2 days on there, actually no, it was on the same day. Her and her man, they were dressed as Kira and Han,
Nice.
like from Solo. And within a matter of hours, we saw them in like regular clothing too. So
Cool.
yeah, so gotta say it was like just seeing that she was able to like that's the one feat of cosplaying is how easily you can get in and out of the fucking clothing. That's the real
Well,
trick.
mind you, not all cosplaying is like that. In fact, the fancier the cosplayer, the harder it is to get out of it. But props to those that manage to make it work, and more importantly, make it practical.
Indeed, man. Yeah, and we just want to show our love to Scarlet Stitchery.
Our love and respect and admiration for all that you've done and for everything that you bring to the community. So hey, let's give a big hand.
Big hand to her. Golf clap.
Yay!
Golf clap. No golf clap here. Okay. No,
I don't play golf. I'm not rich enough to afford it.
We don't golf clap. What are we, old people?
I'm old.
Yes.
I'm older than all of us.
Well, to be fair though, every time I go to work, I feel like I age from 30 to like 80.
We're only old on the inside, folks.
That doesn't make it better. God dang it.
We're only old on the inside. We're only close to dying every time we close our eyes.
Well,
hang on, I thought this was supposed to be the podcast for the good news.
Yeah,
Nope.
no, for real.
Right.
And of course, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and give her a shout out, real quick because people need to make some cash. If you wish to hire Scarlet Stitchery for any costuming or for any sort of commission work like that, she has an Etsy store, etsy.com/shop/Scarlet Stitchery. Go ahead and look her up. Give her your monies so that she could give you her art.
Oh man, I wish we had the link so we could just plug it at the bottom.
Well,
We
I
should be
can't
able
go
to
ahead
link it on
and
the
put that up.
YouTube link,
Oh,
right?
yeah, go right ahead.
Right.
But yeah,
While I
no.
do that, you guys go ahead and talk up real quick.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And when things start to, I don't want to say things get back to normal because we're never going to get back to normal. This what's going on right now. It's changing our entire lives. But when it's become more safe to go back out in public, we hope to see her at the next convention here in Florida, and it will be awesome.
How many conventions do you think will fully recover from this entire thing? Do you think that they will just return back to business? Or will some of them genuinely not work anymore after this?
I think that since we're slowly opening back up bit by bit, according to Governor DeSantis, I think that the convention organizers are going to follow strict guidelines in terms of attendance and space inside the convention. And I'm speaking generally.
True. I mean, we would like to hope that in best case scenario, things will eventually just go back. Just go right back to normal the way they used to be.
Yeah, no. On one hand, if they follow the certain guidelines and let a certain number of capacity in attendance, I mean, on one hand, it's going to hurt them in sales and revenue. But on the other hand, it's keeping everybody safe.
If you have to choose between lower sales and lack of existence, common sense would take the proper path of action. I would like to think.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, we hope to see her. We hope to see her at the next Florida convention when things start opening back up and when it's become safer to go outside, man.
For real.
Yeah.
And
by the way, I love Solo. It is an awesome movie. It kicks ass.
People genuinely didn't like it that much, and I don't know why. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And just to show you the level of creativity, go ahead and check this real quick, folks.
Uh-oh.
Hang on.
Did the camera focus up? Oh.
Here we
That
go.
looks very nice.
Hey!
For Christ's sake.
That's from episode 1.
Yeah, have you any idea how friggin' difficult it is to make the little hairpiece for that shit? And
There's
to make
nothing little about that hairpiece to it.
and like the glowing orbs from the bottom of that dress. It's a friggin' nightmare.
Now that's talent.
Like, see, here she is on her top 9 or whatever. Give me a second. That she did in 2019. So, yeah, no, dig it. She's got the skills and they're multiplying. That's why
the skills to pay the metaphorical bills.
Indeed.
Speaking of bill pay.
God.
Yeah. Well, unless we talk about bills, the better, dude. Unless we talk about bills, man.
No, it's fine though. We want to, try. We're not going to be like fake or anything like that.
I know.
But I get exactly what you mean, man. It's, shit's crazy old, but it's but we're surviving. We're trying to get through this. I I kid you not, I've been fighting off probably the most prolonged panic attack I've ever had in my life in the last week here, and
Bruh.
it actually caused me to seize up. I was aching my chest. I couldn't breathe. It was such a pain in the ass. But just trying to relax. Got some advice from our friend Damus. At Cosplay, I gave her a call, and we talked it out. Of course, I spoke to my mom, spoke to Lyra, spoke to you, Angel, spoke to Jose. It's
Tough
just
to assist.
in the ass, but I know that we have better days ahead.
We have to have. Inevitably, the darkest it's always darkest before dawn, as they say. But you have brought up a very important point. In these difficult, tumultuous times, it is ever important to remember that we have a reliable network. The majority of us still have some family and friends that are also going through the same difficulties that we are. So please don't be afraid to confide in them, because most likely, eventually, somebody might try to confide on you. Right now, we have to stick together, because surely we will hang separately if we do not.
No, absolutely. And I've been keeping myself afloat by doing like multiple things. Like apart from work, I've been on the mend with my lower back. I'm doing a lot of stretching, a lot of walking to get back to normal. I have also been playing video games, piggybacking off of Angel's idea. Not hardcore. If you want to compare gaming level, Angel's a hardcore gamer. I'm the casual gamer.
I don't think I ever call myself hardcore for anything. I just play a lot of games when I have the time to. And thankfully, now I have a little more time thanks to my new schedule. Oh, yeah, by the way, since every member of the Ravens flock you can see right now is currently working from home, we would like to make this one thing clear. We are not in any way, shape, or form trying to basically act like we are the hottest shit just because we are still getting paid and you're not. Know that in one way, shape, or form, we are still sticking by you, and we want more than anything else for you to succeed, get out there, and be able to cover for your utilities once more.
Absolutely.
Because we're better than you.
Dude,
you just took the piss out of all of it! Oh my god.
That being said, allow me to throw some good news into this little pile.
Please, feel free.
Look at this fucking thing I just got.
Hey!
Yes!
It's about time I enjoyed that. And since we're bringing some good news, I would like to bring some good news from the world of video games.
Yes,
I told
please.
this to Joe a while ago, but this is going to be a surprise for you, Mr. Juan. So let me ask you something. Have you ever heard of the video game series Sakura Wars by any chance?
I heard of the name. Please give me a 10-minute or 5-minute rundown if I'm an idiot.
Easy enough. Now, unfortunately, many people haven't heard of Sakura Wars because it has a big fan base back in Japan, and it was originally born from the Sega Saturn, which, as we know, had a very brief but tumultuous history. It's an action strategy series where beautiful girls get on top of giant robots to fight against the demon invasion, usually controlled by a main character who is a captain of the Navy or so on and so forth. Now, sadly, the series is not that popular. It's mostly known for the fact that it has a very big fandom in Japan and because Segata Sanshiro was a very big advocate of it. You may recognize him as the greatest mascot that ever lived. But long story short, we're getting a new installment for the PS4, which has a bit of an action twist. It's less strategy, more Tales of, but with giant robots. Cool shit. But that's not the only good thing about it. Not only are we getting some good, like some of the best directors and writers I could find, you will notice a very, very, very distinct style to the game. So, see, they got somebody particularly to make this show. Let me give you a hint. He's a man who likes plot twists a little too much for his own good.
Give him a more obvious.
Sensei Nomura?
No. You gotta look deeper. You gotta look in the heart.
Angel, think more obvious.
Oh God.
The heart.
Oh no.
That's right. But they got Mr. Cool himself to do the artwork for the game.
As in,
So,
creator of Bleach, Taikubo,
Yeah,
is writing this game.
Yep.
by the way, speaking of Bleach, more good news. Though admittedly oldie news, Bleach is coming back. Well, not anytime soon, but they are working on the final season of the anime. And for those of us who still hold the fond memory of it, we really hope that this season will get all the flesh out that the last arc of the manga unfortunately did not. But yeah, in the meantime, Mr. Kubo is working on video games, and let me tell you, I've seen some gameplay of it. So far, it looks genuinely gorgeous. Also, sorry, my screen is shaking. I got my laptop on my hands, and my leg is doing that thing when it won't stop humping the ground.
God, that is so cool.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine.
So yeah, from the world of video games, we got Kubo, and we got more Kubo. Hope you enjoy it.
Hey, listen, if you get a chance to get your hands on the game, show us a bit of footage from it, so we can get a first look.
Yes. I will be more than happy to do so. Apparently, it's going to show up in the stores in about a week or so, and in about a week or so, I get paid. So we'll see what happens.
Hey.
Perfect. Like, I swear to God, I know we've been slacking on Los Amigos Play, and namely, we would be back on it if it weren't for this mess. I promise you, once you get a hold of that game and once we're actually able to see each other in person, I will carbon bond Angel, his ass, into this room. We will hook up to his PS4, and we will have him play to your heart's content, people.
I mean, do we
we'll
want to
stream it on Twitch. You'll get to tip everyone to torment Angel because he'll want to go take a bathroom break or something. Like, no, you can't. Here's a can for you. Have fun.
Be gone, thought.
I mean, do we want to try that? Like, do social distancing? Like, have us sit in different corners of the room?
We're already doing that to begin with. We're so far away. We're miles from each other right now.
Well, we're literally miles, but it's not. The problem is like we're not actually that far. It just feels like we're further than we normally are because we haven't been able to see.
Feels as if I could reach out to the sky and touch you.
But no, I've also been. But going back to the earlier something, no other hobbies I've been doing. Like I've also been reading. I've been ordering a lot of books as of lately. Like mainly like history, like history telling books, murder mystery books. I haven't got my hands, and I might just read up on it just to get an understanding of it. Because I'm a diehard Bruce Lee fan. I have his book, The Tao of Jeet Kune Do.
Nice.
Very nice. So it's not just
plan on making my own like personal little shrine because I still have the art drawing of Bruce Lee and his son Brandon Lee on my wall. So what I want to do is do like a little bit of a home project, put like a little shelf right there, put his book right there along with a DVD copy of The Crow and Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Nice. Man, I love that movie. It was actually really good for
yeah. Which one? The Bruce Lee story?
Yeah.
No, that is that in my opinion, like, and I've seen other films like documentaries and whatnot. That is the best like video documentary film that of Bruce Lee that I've seen.
Well, of course, it's the best. His family was directly involved in its production.
Absolutely.
And that's how you know it was good because there was passion. There was heart in it.
Yes.
But that's just me.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. But you know, it's really fun, and we have to stick with our passions and stuff. Like I've actually been lacking.
Wonder if I could find a DVD copy of Enter the Dragon.
You should be able to. It's fairly easy enough to get your hands on eventually, I think.
I know.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna get off my high horse here.
Yes, please get off. Giddy up.
No. Climb higher. Make that horse a giraffe.
I've also been reaching out to multiple friends who are having just as much a hard time hanging in there during quarantine, if not worse. And I've been dropping a couple messages, you've been making a few video calls just to check, doing wellness checks, not just on friends but also family.
No, for real, we got to look out for each other, guys. We have to keep each other sane. I've been feeling like isolated as hell for like the last month, and even though I've got K-Storm, I've got Jose here, I've got our kid. And getting to do these weekly streams with you guys still gets to me some days. That's why I'm trying to recover from that panic attack that I was dealing with. I hope that that's all it was because I was breathing right and my heart was the whole time. And this is going for days on end, mind you. It sucked so bad.
Shit's rough, fam.
It's rough as a motherfucker, so for real. So, but thankfully, you know, I got you guys. I've got our friends and family. People that I can reach out to, and we're trying to give that back here tonight. We want to give good news for people. We want to talk good shit. You've given us good shit to talk about here, Angel, with this new game. We've talked about our friend here, Scarlet Stitchery.
Speaking of more good shit about games related, Angel, did you take a look at the information I sent you about the PlayStation?
I'm still looking into it, and so far, I won't lie, some of these projects are surprisingly promising, but once again, I represent sometimes the cynical side of the video game industry user because, you know, I've been burned before. But I want to believe that some of these will be good. Let me run back to that list that you sent me just a moment ago so I can check it out again because I know there was some good stuff here that I was looking at, but I forgot the name. Give me a moment, please.
Now, mind you, the link I shared you was a week ago, like around the same day that we did our last episode, which this seems to be our running gag, man. Like, I tried to find some news, and it was like on the last weekend. Like, it's just...
we've got time. We can talk about this.
I know.
Also, Nora's
shit, he's late, he said.
Also, Nora's over here trying to tell us that Angel, you're evil, and that
yes, I'm sorry. Why?
That she wishes she could hug us all.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm still waiting for the information of that goddamn PayPal of hers, so I can actually check out if I can actually pay her for that project that I want her to do for us.
Right. No, and so when you get the chance, Nora, if you've got like a PayPal or something, so we can actually commission you for anything, let us know so we can go ahead and actually support our artist friends. We want to not just say, "Oh, hey, thanks. Here's a head pat," and we'll just take your creative works and just like put it out there forever. No,
if you're the arts,
you
pay for your art.
If you're an artist friend of ours, we will pay you to the best of our ability, and we'll try to pay you something fair because your time and your effort is worth it.
But anyways,
yeah, okay. I'm on the confirmed rumors of what we have going on here. Let's see, what do we got? Damn it! I can't seem to find that damn thing. Give me a second.
You know what?
Okay.
I'll pull it up. I got it on my phone. Hang on.
Yeah, actually, send it to me again because I think I may have lost the link you sent me.
Hang on. I got you, fam.
This is how professional we are, ladies and gentlemen. We send ourselves out live. We don't care.
Angel, keep better track of your shit.
Fine, maybe.
No, that's not it. He's just having trouble loading the page. Or
Do
something.
your job,
dude.
No, I already did for 8 hours today. I work on the weekends. Give me a break, man.
Your fun job, the job that we don't pay people for.
Yeah.
Dude, don't.
All right, yeah. Huge PlayStation Store sale offers over 400 discounted PS4 games. They're just tossing everything there. We got everything. We got even DMC5 for everything. We got the Anniversary Collection Arcade Classics, Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundles, Castlevania Anniversary Collections, Contra, Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition.
Yeah!
A bunch of Final Fantasies, God Eater, Guilty Gear, Harvest Moon, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Mega Man, Metal Slug. We got a ton of shit here. Oh, by the way, all of this stuff, most of it is like $10 or less.
I bet you're excited about it.
I won't lie, there's a lot of things I want here. But I got so much shit to do right now.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the game.
Does he already have that one?
Yes, no, Eyes of Heaven I do not have. It's a different one. I had the one for the PS3, which was pretty fun.
And how much is it?
It's like $9.
$9?
$9. Resident Evil 2.
Angel, I'm gonna hook you up when we're done here.
Resident Evil 2, go on.
I'm gonna send you $9 so you can go ahead and download it yourself, man.
Shit, fam, thanks. I appreciate it.
No
By
problem,
the way, for those of you who haven't tried it yet, pretty much the entire Yakuza collection is available on PS4 store. If anybody here enjoys some good old-fashioned crime drama with people beating the shit out of each other in ridiculous, over-the-top ways, by all means do so. Allow me to tempt you more. Sorry,
is the
what?
Yakuza game available in the discount list?
I believe that all of them. Begin with 0 and just work your way up, and you'll enjoy yourself. Sadly, Sega fucked up with the distribution rights back in the heyday, which is why it will never be dubbed, which is a shame, because we had a very fantastic character called Majima, who is basically this insane, batshit insane motherfucker with an eye patch and a baseball bat. And unfortunately, we will never have him dubbed, which is a shame, because the one time he was dubbed, it was Mark Hamill.
Oh, man. Were you for real?
It was perfect. Let's take the Joker and turn him into a gangster, and that's pretty much what you get.
Awesome.
But no, I generally recommend the Yakuza series to anybody who actually enjoys that stuff. It's something that I really cannot describe. There is no games like it. I would like to call it just a beat 'em up, but there is so much more to it. It's not even funny.
What other games are available on the for discount?
Several Final Fantasies to begin with. Shit, fam.
My man.
Thanks.
I promised that I was going to do it, and I'm a man of my word.
All right. So
I know how much you love JoJo. I know how much you love to play video games. I know how much you love to shit on things that are funny. This is all three. This is the least I could do. Many times.
You have my
JoJo's
sincerest
available.
thanks.
We got the Yakuza games. We got Final Fantasy available. Resident Evil 2. Any fighting games in there? Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Let's find out. Let me go back to the link, which I
also Nora's sending us her Instagram, so I guess she doesn't have like a PayPal thing or whatever, Angel. But if you go ahead and look her up on Instagram, look up Nora Otaku.
Yep.
I'll
And,
let you to check that out.
Yep. And for anyone else who wants to go ahead and support our artist friend, feel free to do so. All right.
Let's see. We got Guilty Gear, the XR Revelator, a fantastic fighting series. Do we have fighters? Let's see. No, Dragon Ball Fighters is unfortunately not here. It's okay. Let's see if we have Street Fighter. Street Fighter 5 for only $7.99 or $19.99 for the ultimate version of it. We got Metal Slug for those of you who enjoy a good size scroller shooter. Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet, Sword Art Online, Lost Song. In case you really hate your house. You really hate it.
All I'm seeing is Jose's freaking like psychosis over Sword Art Online And over.
Okay, before you make any accusations against my character, and besmirch my character. No, I'm not into Death Gun. I'm not into Gun Gale Online or Aliciazation or whatever the fuck. I liked the very, very first arc, the first 12 episodes of Sword Art Online, and that's it.
So you're a purist then. Everyone else is just a filthy casual who watches all the episodes.
I'm the
only ones are the only episodes that are canon are the first 12. Everything else is nonsense.
Pretty much, honestly. Even the last 12 get pretty nonsensical at the end, but it's okay. Also, let me put it this way: in the most recent, I took the time to give a glance to the most recent series to see what the hell was going on Toonami. Let's just say it gets dumber than it could possibly be, and we can wrapping up how stupid it is. Let me put it this way. Kirito spends the first season in a coma in a wheelchair. Somehow people still cannot stop sucking his dick.
Jeez!
Every time that Kirito is on screen, every other character is asking, where is Kirito? Kirito needs to be louder, more violent, and have access to a time machine. Seriously, the fucker does nothing but be on a wheelchair and be comatose. Oh, and for what I heard later, the plot twist makes him look like a complete scumbag, by the way.
Isn't he already kind of a scummy dude? I mean, like, I remember what is he supposed to be like? I'm a real nice guy, hashtag real nice guys.
No, like, I'll say this much, though. For all the dumb shit the show does, Kirito himself as a person, he's not a bad person. But what he does in the most recent, season transports him straight into the realm of, wow, you're just kind of a fucking piece of shit, are you? You guys want some spoilers? I'm gonna give you some fucking spoilers. Are you ready for this?
You know what? I don't care. Go ahead.
All right, fine. Spoiler alert.
Hang on. I gotta turn on the lights so I can illuminate the situation better.
Because all we see is darkness. Come on, Angel.
Let me step into the light. In the shadows. Okay, so last season, we are trying to save this girl called Alice with our friend Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, that's his actual name.
His name is Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's actually spelled E-U-G-E-O, Yu-Gi-Oh!, but it's just Yu-Gi-Oh! Shut up.
Okay,
so anyway,
we Alex. I'm just seeing Yu-Gi-Moto. I'm just hearing Dan Green. Please continue.
You wish Dan Green was in the show. So, long story short, Alice is being brainwashed and turned into King Arthur from Fate Stay Night. Let's be honest, it's just a ripoff of King Arthur from Fate Stay Night, Artoria. And Yu-Gi-Oh! And Kirito go through this entire ordeal and gauntlet of bosses to get her memories back. Until in the end, when Yu-Gi-Oh! Inevitably dies because we can't have a male character take the spotlight over, he goes, "It's okay, Kirito. This new Alice is her own person. She deserves to live and be her own." And then he dies. So basically, we wasted the entire reason why we came here in the first place. And of course, because Kirito is a giant pussy magnet, Alice inevitably falls in love with him. Because nobody can have a girlfriend in this show unless your name is Kirito. So Kirito gets fucked up at the end of the season and ends up going into a coma. Except at the end, we find out that he went into a coma voluntarily because he felt so guilty over what he did to his best friend, Yu-Gi-Oh! That he couldn't live with himself, so he went into a coma, essentially forcing Alice to take care of his dead ass for the next 6 months or so. She dragged him to a battlefield like that, by the way, on a wheelchair and everything. It was hilarious.
Okay. So we're talking about a coma in the game.
Yes.
Because you gotta remember, all this shit happens in like a Matrix style, Ready Player One style, VR headset game. And what
he's in real life because he's in a coma in the game too. Double the coma, double the fun.
The entire story sounds like ass. Cancel it.
But wait, it gets better.
Oh boy.
So humanity is going to war with the orc races and the elf races because it's a fantasy MMORPG. Except that because the writer is such a worthless hack, I end up genuinely feeling bad for the enemy forces. Like they have genuinely good reasons to fight, while the humans have all these Mary Sues on their sides that are wiping out hundreds of their side. And I'm like, it's kind of hard to sympathize with the main character when they begin in a position of power and they don't get any lower from there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, shit, man. Imagine a Superman movie where Superman was just as boring, as obnoxious as the internet thinks he is.
Oh, that is so wrong.
Now, imagine an entire army of Superman. That's the good guys.
For the record, Superman, he's not really boring. He's a big blue Boy Scout.
He's a good fellow.
Like, he's a nice guy. And anyone saying that, oh, he's boring, or he's not, is because they're ingratiated in we want Snyder Cut style action of death. Like, Superman must murder everything in the sun. No, like, motherfuck. Superman, he's a nice guy. He's a bumbling Kansas the farm boy.
Yeah.
He's a good old boy from Kansas. He learned from his mama and papa how to be a good, respectable citizen.
Exactly. Even
The
though
fuck, man?
even though he's a good boy, he's not a Boy Scout. He's gone on record saying, "I never even earned my merit badge." No,
He did that, didn't he?
I'm just suck that much. I don't know. No, but it's more like he's a nice guy. He's a bumbling dork in real life. If you're just talking to him as Clark, but that doesn't mean he's boring. He's just like a regular ass dude. Like, what was it? Brings me back to this one bit. If you remember the Superman Returns film with Brandon Routh, like the cover story that he gave everyone for leaving Metropolis and leaving because Superman went off to find Krypton because scientists thought that he was out there. The story that he says is that he went off to like the Middle East to do soul searching and traveling, and he saw some llamas.
What?
You've been gone from the country for 5 years, and the most interesting thing you can say is, "Oh, I saw some llamas once."
They were pretty cool llamas, I'm just saying. Oh, but wait. So basically, here's the deal. Here's where it gets fucking stupid. There's a scene that emphasizes just why I hate this show so fucking much. On the side of the good guys, we have the Knights of the Round, basically, who are all NPCs with incredibly OP powers, and every single one of them might as well be a main character. And on the other side, we have the orcs, which are pig people. Obviously, the narrative would indicate that we're supposed to side with the humans against the orcs, right?
Right.
We spend a whole episode getting to know the orcs instead. Why they are fighting, the reason why they are doing anything, the sheer difficulty they're experiencing, and the fact that they are so dedicated to defending their homeland that they willingly sacrifice 300 of their own troops just to summon a really powerful dark spell to wipe out the human army. Instead, one of the knight main characters takes on the whole spell by himself, and when it looks like the spell is going to kill him, he literally brute forces his way out of it with the awesome ability of plot armor. That's it. And I'm like, wow, am I supposed to even give a shit about the humans?
All right, let's
guess how the bad guys decide to fight the good guys.
He's on a roll, though. But
on a roll, but God almighty.
This is going to be the last part. This is going to be the last part. Guess, okay, so the bad guys are a PMC that hijacked the game to get their hands on the secrets of the AI to sell it to the United States of America. So guess, because again, their ass is kicked by the main characters and their army of Mary Sue's, guess how they fight the main characters.
How?
They connect to the US server and go, "Hey, America, get in here." So the Japanese server gets invaded by US players, and even though the main characters from the Japanese server are very clearly cheating, they get their asses kicked.
Okay, because I don't want to yell directly into the mic, I'm going to keep this mic at a distance. How far distance so I can be heard?
We can hear you from like there. So.
Music to my ears. But yeah, the plot is so stupid that the greatest enemy the good guys have fought is America. Fuck yeah!
I apologize you crazy Mike.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to the folks watching this episode and who have to have their eardrums reattached now. I hope you're proud of yourself. But yeah, no, apparently the secret weapon to Kirito isn't just that he's a giant vagina magnet for ladies. It's not that he's broken with he's a broken OP who's so strong and his number is so big.
Literally.
His power is summoning America into the video game.
All right,
that's the bad guys doing it. They're summoning America to fight the good guys.
Wait, what?
The bad guys literally go, okay, the good guys are basically cheating because they're using their hacksaw powers to log into the bodies of insanely powerful NPCs. So we're just going to open the server to America and summon US players, and the Japanese players get their shit kicked in.
Sweet Jesus.
All right. Let's get off it, because I actually have something really cool that I do want to talk about.
Go ahead.
Yes, another thing that I've been doing to keep myself busy is purchasing awesome movies. And just recently, I made a purchase to one of the best, if not the best, animated Batman movie of all time. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm.
Ooh, nice. That's a classic.
The movie came out in 1993 or 94?
One of the two.
One of the two.
But like just the opening sequence where you just have the opening credits of this beautiful skyline of Gotham City, you can see and hear the production value just shoot up to 10. They've got beautiful vocal choirs going along with the theme that was made for the animated series.
Yes. God damn, that shit was cool.
And for the record, Nora, Jose is the bald one who screamed like a psychopath just now, not me. I'm.
He experienced a severe case of pain.
Okay, for one more time, Nora. Wow. Okay, the bald one who's.
Here we go. He's got the virus. I gotta go. Goodbye. See you later.
No! Oh, come on, Angel. Don't be a dick.
Is it safe?
Yes, it's safe.
Do you quarantine your brother?
I will. Hang on a minute. No, let me just shove that aside. No.
Anyways, I'm Jose. I'm the bald one. I'm the one that yelled. This is Juan. He's the hairy one. He's the one who's mute the time I was yelling.
Okay, take care.
This is Angel. He's the Hispanic one. He's the one that doesn't give a shit.
Well, for the
I am
record,
a messenger of God,
Hispanic,
apparently.
More Hispanic than either of us, I guess.
Wait, hang on. What, Angel, what did you say?
I am a messenger of God if my name has anything to say about it. And God says I'm always right.
Bullshit.
I wonder if this is how the far right or the far left feels all the time. Must be hard being right forever.
Fucker.
But yeah, I ordered Mask of the Phantasm. I can't wait till it arrives. It was awesome. I've been wanting it since I saw the previews of it when I was a kid, but I never had a chance to get it.
It's such a beautiful film, and of course, another pair of films that Jose picked up are the John Carpenter classics, Escape from New York and Escape from L.A.
Hey,
You mean Metal? Oh, you got the Metal Gear series. Nice, man.
Pretty much.
the
Congratulations, dude. See, I don't know why people are so obsessed with making Metal Gear film. We have them right there. They just happen a little earlier.
For those who don't know, I believe Hideo Kojima got inspiration from Escape from New York, the 1981 film.
Yes.
Bliskin.
Snake.
Like, goddamn.
The funny thing is that the snake in the movies compared to the snake in the video games, even in the old school video games, they're complete opposites of each other.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Let me put it this way. In real life, if Snake met this Snake, there would be a fist fight within minute one.
Yeah, like
Yep.
Yeah, like Pliskin would be the first one to say, "I don't give a fuck about your war or your cause for justice."
Nothing more than a rabid dog chasing your own tail with no cause.
You gotta smoke? Yeah, but not for you.
Have some gum. And Ryden is on the side going, "Hey guys, what's going on?" "Oh, Jesus Christ, Jack. Don't scare me like that."
I would actually smile if Hideo Kojima actually drew ideas or concepts from the movies and implement them into future Metal Gear games.
He kind of did, didn't he?
That's what the Metal Gear games were.
Well, no, I'm talking about. Okay, let me be more specific. Okay, so
you want him to do it again?
What's up?
You just want him to do it again?
Do what again?
To do more.
Just do more shit and put more of his weird geeky hobbies in everything he does.
But he already does that.
He already does that, and we don't even have.
But more though. Remember how Death Stranding is like a 70-hour commercial for Monster Energy? Like that, but more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a point.
It's also a giant commercial for Mads Mikkelsen being cool.
Yes.
Because let's face it, the man is cool just on his own.
The man
There's no
breathes
denying
cool.
that.
I love that moment where Kojima was telling in an interview that I went to talk to Mads Mikkelsen about his role, but then he pulled out a cigarette and started smoking, and he was so cool I could only stand there and watch him. Damn.
Apart from the Snake Plissken movies, I've also purchased other animated movies. I've purchased Anastasia, one of my personal animated favorites that I saw when it first came out in '97 when I was 9 years old, and it's still I still cry in certain moments. I also purchased another animated film, Cats Don't Dance.
Oh man, it has been a while since I've seen Cats Don't Dance.
And real quick, Nora, I went ahead and sent your PayPal info over to Angel, so we can go ahead and you guys can get in touch with in regards to that. Okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, Chief. Once I get my next paycheck, I'll get into contact with you and we'll arrange something. I'm thinking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but also buttholes. Mostly buttholes. I'll tell you what I want to get to it.
Why?
Angel has a fixation for anal. What?
Excuse
okay.
you.
On,
Excuse you. I am an educated gentleman. I like big butts and I cannot lie.
You other brothers can't deny.
When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist
And a round thing in her face, you get sprung.
See, you understand, Juan. This is why I talk to you about this shit, because Joe cannot understand me yet. His social link isn't high enough. Good times.
Yeah. But and it's not just us. We've also been talking to other members of the Ravens flock. One of our members here, Sean, told us that he's been cooking a lot lately.
No, it's not that he's been cooking a lot. You need to pay attention.
I hardly talk to a lot of people.
Okay, but you need to pay attention, Mr. Fearless Leader, because we got this information straight out.
Hey, you said Fearless Leader, not me.
Yeah, and yeah, you're the one who doesn't know how to read, apparently. And you
you said Fearless Leader, not literate reader, okay? Semantics.
Good point. What he was talking about was one of the things that he's been enjoying was our other teammate, his wife Jeanette. She has been making world class cooking, and the way that they've been coming up with this is okay. Anyone who understands the term food porn, this shit is food porn. It's that good. It just looks beautiful. It looks very tasty, and I'd like to go ahead and show folks what Jeanette has brought forth in the world of the culinary arts. Okay,
nice.
I'm trying
to
find these posts of it, but
the more we learn about delicious cooked food, the better.
I wish that I had the skills to compete with the likes of Jeanette, but unfortunately, since I got so many people in the house, we reached the point where we are basically competing to see who gets into the kitchen first right now.
Oh Lord,
shit is crazy, fam.
Here's just one example. This is actually tofu and edamame caprese over here. Nice. Let me just show you right here.
Hey, there we go.
Look at that.
Angel, are you looking?
Well,
Angel, check this.
Shit, that looks great.
Tofu in the center with edamame and tomato and mozzarella. It's an edamame caprese.
Very impressive.
It's so simple. It's just it's all in a matter of preparation. It's all in a matter of the love that's put into it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, by the way, thank you for reminding me. Today I finally learned how to cook steak with noodles with steak.
Very nice.
Sadly, I couldn't get a picture for that one because I was hungry.
You're fine, man. Don't worry about it.
It's all right. We're not going to hold you up on the same standard like that. Although I do want to see what you can come up with next. So next time you have a dinner idea, please be so kind as to share it with us and take a photo so we can share along. One other example.
Discover my rival in the kitchen. I must surpass Jeanette's culinary skills. I will become the best wife.
I don't know. You got some tough competition here because I'm checking out one of the other things that Jeanette has made for Sean. Tonight, Jeanette made teriyaki beef and shrimp with veggies and fried rice. Very simple.
That looks pretty good.
Hang on.
That looks very good.
Look at that.
Very aesthetically pleasing, too. I got to work on that because I got to be honest with you. I don't really give a fuck about the aesthetics. I just toss the food on the plate and go, eat. Shut up.
Shut up and eat my food.
Yeah, but we've talked about this, Angel. We can't just eat food. We have tastes. We have tastes of good food.
Yes, exactly. And my taste is called shut up and eat your food.
Dude,
there are kids in Africa starving right now.
Okay, just because we were raised with that stuff doesn't mean that we can't put a little extra love and care in presentation.
Exactly.
Oh, no, this has nothing to do with that. I just like to point out that there's kids dying in Africa right now. I find it hilarious. But eat my food.
You're an ass, dude.
Famine. It's a funny word.
But no, it's not just cooking. Also, one of our other members here is Xeiana Rose. She has been playing Animal Crossing as of late, which has become a thing, especially during quarantine. If anybody has a Nintendo Switch and has a copy of Animal Crossing, they've been going at it virtually.
Yep, it is wild how Animal Crossing is reaching that same upper echelon that Pokemon Go did.
Surprisingly, it exploded.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, and I think it's more the matter that we want to reach out to each other. In Pokemon Go, we were like, "Holy shit, we're meeting with other people. We can be geeks in the real world too, not just behind our phones or behind a computer or a controller, man. It's beautiful. Like, if it weren't for this stinking quarantine crap, I'm pretty sure that the the Animal Crossing would have reached the oh my god, have we just solved world peace thing that Pokemon Go established back in 2016.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
We almost had world peace back then.
Yeah, but then the gang wars began because humanity lives in an eternal state of conflict, and war has changed. It is no longer about the gyms or the badges. It's about an endless series of collections, followed by an eternal state of looking for Pokestops.
Angel, remember the time you and we actually went to a local mall here in Tampa, and we were trying to battle out for the Valor Gym, and then we realized
Jesus.
A large group of nerds, and they were all Team Valor, and you and I were the only Team Mystic.
See, that's what I knew. I'm like, we walked into that section of the hood, huh? So this is how it ends.
This is why y'all needed to switch to Team Instinct like I did when I joined up. I went.
I'm good. I hung out my Pokeballs. I am good with that game for now. But I believe that this is a case of the game coming out at the perfect time. Kind of like when Monster Hunter World came out, every other company decided to shoot themselves in the foot. The stars have aligned to ensure that Animal Crossing comes out at the best possible moment. Like, they were basically waiting for this virus to hit before they released that game.
Almost. Don't forget, we also had Doom Eternal come out, and yet that hasn't caused quite as big a splash as Animal Crossing has. I wonder why is that? It's more, I guess, because it's a single-player action kind of thing.
I think that's exactly it. I think it's because Animal Crossing serves more of
social aspect.
In more interaction with other users online. That's why it has a bigger impact.
Yes, ultimately, Animal Crossing is about, being with other people, creating your perfect little island, your nice little slice of heaven, if you want to call it that, and, communicating with others and showing off how cool your place is. Doom is, well, it's Doom. Like, I don't even have to explain it. It's Doom. It's many things, but it's not exactly something that you do with other people. Doom is a solo experience. It's a beautiful journey of a lone man in the tale of self-discovery. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so, people talk about it more because Animal Crossing is a game that essentially requires you to talk about it more. Doom, let's be honest, most conversations with Doom boil down to, man, Doom was pretty fucking sick. Yeah. The end. In a way, its simplicity, it says everything it has to say. Well, Animal Crossing has way too many factors to not talk about it. I need to make that perfect island. What do you mean I don't get the trees I want? Also, I just love this. Like, it's supposed to be a game of being nice to other people, but all the owners are turning into goddamn Nazis in their own islands. It's hilarious.
Oh,
like this neighbor. I'm going to gaslight this fucker until he leaves, and I get the neighbors I want in my community.
That is so wrong. Like, I actually saw this one comic of someone like writing one of the characters. I don't know who it is. It's like a crocodile-looking character.
Yeah, it's the crocodile. Poor bastard.
Yeah, and he's like, I was your first neighbor, and we had so much fun together. But then after your first 10 neighbors all showed up, we just don't hang out that much anymore. It's okay though. I still miss you. I'm like, you
notice in that comic that they did that thing players do. They literally fenced the poor son of a bitch into like a row of logs and basically kept them in solitary confinement for a couple of days just to bring their mood down.
Why would you do that? We're already experiencing that in the real life here.
Because Nintendo needs you to be an asshole.
But why?
Nintendo demands you to be. I'm pretty sure that wasn't intended. You're supposed to basically stick with whatever you get. But let's be honest. Players are not known for being the most moral beings. If you know what I'm saying.
This poor little crocodile, he just wanted to be your neighbor, man.
No!
What would Mr.
Be gone, thought.
You are not behaving like the man that Mr. Rogers knew you could be. Both Mr. Rogers, both Fred Rogers and Steve Rogers.
It's supposed to be a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and you're not.
It could be, but I need that waifu, so I'm gonna fucking gaslight my neighbors until they go away and I get the ones I want.
Oh,
People
that's terrible.
Like, imagine basically, what was the name of that movie? The Stepford Wives?
Ew, I hate that.
Yeah, like, imagine that. Come to my neighborhood. It's nice and pretty. I got pear trees, and I don't have any of those disgusting third-class neighbors that you have in your place.
Oh,
That is horrible. That is so wrong.
Those undesirables need to be gone from my grid.
Now, I want to shift subject over here because I want us to get back to some of the art that we're all trying to deal with here, and how we're not being assholes online. Like I know that I showed this off when we had our first bit of quarantining happening, but K-Storm, my wife, she's been getting into doing paintings, and she's a visual learner. So so of course we showed you when we got started. This fine piece.
Getting really good at it. Check it
This
out.
fine piece of work. This is a watercolor that she did here.
Ooh, nice.
Here we go. A la Bob Ross is where she's getting her ideas for this.
Glad to know she managed to get herself some time on her hands to actually develop her craft. Congratulations.
Yeah, like in over here, she's got like like some sort of orchard. So we're thinking that that's either either pumpkin patch or carrots, because you can't set that up as like anything like a tomato vine or whatever.
Right.
And I actually want to show
piece of art over here.
now. This one here is acrylic. This is all
Nice.
acrylic work here. Now take a look. Look at the stark detail
That
of the
is
shadow.
very
of the mountain.
beautiful.
Check this, and like she even got work done over here where it's where the grass in the field over here is a little more defined. See that, man? Like just little bits of like shrubbery. Dude, you ain't even looking, Angel. What the hell is wrong with you?
Sorry, my screen distracted me.
Uh-huh.
Put it a little
I'll
closer, actually. Up.
Just focus
Very
that out.
nice. There's the detail I was looking for.
Yep.
Particularly like how well she managed to mix in the gold flowers and the yellow grass with the green connected to the base of the pine tree. Very... What's the word I'm looking for? It
Aesthetic.
evokes a tiny bit of that nostalgia. You ever get that feeling of, I missed this place, though I never been there before?
Yes.
Like that. That's what I'm looking for when I look at art. Right now, that's giving me a little bit of that.
And this is done by K-Storm. This is done by my wife, and she's getting real good. She's getting very good.
That's some good
So-
shit.
Of course, with her stretching out in terms of her artwork and wanting to learn new craft and stuff. Of course, like folks are trying different things. We're trying new shit as we go along.
I've been sharing words of the day from the Merriam-Webster's dictionary online.
Yep, Jose's been sharing that on Instagram. What's your word of the day today, by the way, Jose?
Oh, by all means, I'll be more than happy to share with you guys.
The word of yesterday was isolation. The word from before was domestic abuse.
Dude, you asshole! No, it's not. It wasn't. That wasn't it.
You've had a terrible childhood, man.
Oh no, my childhood was surprised. Honestly, considering how I turned out, I got off very, very lucky.
All right, well, today's
My
word
cousin
of the
got out of
day-
jail a few weeks ago.
Today's word of the day is gratuitous. Definition: not called for by the circumstances, not necessary, appropriate, or justified. In other words, unwarranted. Another definition here is given unearned or without recompense, costing nothing, free. And apparently there's another definition here saying that not involving a return benefit, compensation, or consideration.
So,
So
for
basically, every
example,
time I open my mouth.
no, your shit ain't gratuitous. But Jose showing off that we're sharing new words, and one word that we all know and take advantage of almost to a gratuitous degree is self gratuitous.
That hurts.
Come on, new word, motherfuckers.
You know what? I think we're all gratuitous in some capacity.
The one thing that I cannot get enough of is our buddy Casper Hignite, who has been running work with his murder mystery group, and they've been doing that stuff over Zoom calls, over like conference calls instead of like in person. So they're still doing like murder mystery like presentations for people online. So it's wild. So and while he's doing that, he's also keeping himself busy by hello, no, that's not it. By sharing his TikTok videos. And I know, like, oh my god, like silly millennial children and their TikToks and their avocado toast and their student loans.
Silence, Sumer.
Yeah, no, except the problem is we're all sort of millennials, so what the fuck?
Oh, hang
No,
on.
I'm not. I'm an immigrant. What are you
Right now,
talking about?
Right, do I still have?
Yes.
Hang on a minute, because
I was about to share Casper's latest thing, but it timed off.
Whoops.
It's all right. We'll see his next one later. If you want to follow him, go ahead and look him up on Instagram, The Friendly Actor, and please give him a follow. He's an adorable, beautiful person, and of course, if they want to, if you want to hire them to do a murder mystery with you, go ahead and look up his group, the Murder Mystery Company. So feel free. We're sort of a little.
30 minutes to fill up.
Yeah, we have a half
time. Screw it.
Like, do we want to?
Let's not stop the positive train. Let's keep that shit going.
I was actually gonna say, do we want to bring the audience in? Why not?
Well,
Sure.
We got a half hour to kill.
Yeah, let's
Right.
bring the
All
audience
right, so here we go, folks. If you want to go ahead and jump in, here is our link to jump in on this.
Jump in, invite yourselves. We have 30 minutes until the live stream is over. So if there's anything you'd like to share, anything positive that you've been doing while keeping your spirits afloat during the time of quarantine, please let us know.
Yes,
We'll
please.
be more than happy to listen.
nobody answers because nobody has anything to say about
Damn
Paul.
it! Shut up! I told you, no one's raining on our parade. Not even you.
Fun fact, it rained pretty heavily for the last 2 days in my neighborhood.
Well, it kind of rained over here too, so I'm actually thankful for that because it got a little cooler in the neighborhood.
Oh, hang on. We got someone.
All right, we're bringing Nora Otaku in.
What
How you doing?
Hi.
How's it going, girl? What's up?
Pretty good. Just a little tired. Well,
Yeah,
slightly not tired, but part of me is like, well, you should try out that desk that you assembled.
Oh yeah, you got yourself set up with a new art desk, right?
Nice.
Yep. It was supposed to come Wednesday, so as I'm relaxing and trying to watch some crime TV, I hear a knock at the door, and then all of a sudden it's like, really?
It's crime time.
No,
No, she's talking about the desk. Oh, yeah.
she got an art desk, dude.
Nice.
May we see?
So,
Can we take a look at it?
sure.
Yeah.
Show us the stuff.
I was about to say, if it's all still in the box, that'd be hysterical. Or if you already went ahead and got it assembled.
Nice.
Very nice. Check that out.
Hey, let's check it out.
Yep.
Nice.
So,
Upon
My
this
living room
temple,
is
you
not
will
empty
receive your
anymore.
prayers.
Very nice. Congratulations.
That's good. That's awesome. We're happy for you.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
So you got a new desk to do your art stuff. You've been watching crime TV. What else have you been doing to keep yourself afloat?
well, I've been trying to deep clean my place. I've been throwing away some old art supplies, and all of a sudden, my inspection was supposed to be this month, but they said the lady decided moving into June.
Mm.
Oh, that's, I guess, well, if nothing else, you got time out of it then.
Yeah.
So, and making plans to move back to Florida with my boyfriend.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
but anyways, it's kind of like, yeah, when you said Mask of the new Batman movie, it's like, wait, old school.
No,
No,
it's
no,
the
no,
I
original.
remember that when I was a kid.
One of the best animated films. I never said it was a new one.
Yeah.
The newest one is Batman Ninja. We haven't seen that one yet. I still have the Blu-ray floating somewhere around. We should sit down sometime and check it out when we get the chance to.
I heard that many people did not like that one.
Nah, I'm down for some ridiculous shit at this point. So I'll check it out and then I'll decide.
But when I was a kid, let's see, Batman Mask of the Phantom
Phantasm.
Of the Phantom
Yeah.
Thieves.
used to scare me. The trailer scared me as a kid.
Oh yeah, no, that's because it's a freaky Darth Vader looking thing with a metal hook, like, so it looks like a horrible slasher. So yeah, it's terrifying. But
So,
of course, that's the idea. It's meant to be like, okay, it's something more terrible than what Batman is to criminals and all. And oh no, he's framing Batman in crimes and killing people.
Yeah.
Oh no,
That amazing moment near the end when he finally puts on the mask for real.
you
I
see
think
it.
the most
man.
fun- and,
And even Alfred.
I still get chills down my spine thinking about it. It's
And
cool.
even Alfred is actually takes a step back when he sees how, like, when he puts the mask on for the first time, you just see his eyes narrow out, and Alfred's like, "My
My God.
God!"
No wonder Alfred is so completely unflappable. He was the first recipient of the first bat glare. If you survive that,
You're right.
nothing in the world will actually move you.
Yep.
You're
So,
right.
And I have been watching can't speak today. I've been watching Fantasia, the old school one, 1940s.
Cool.
Oh, that one.
Cool.
And I finally watched the ending of it, and it's like, because as a kid that used to make me cry.
Gee, I wonder why. It's because it was a collection of terrifying and weird and abstract art forms that Disney just rubber stamped. Like, yep, we endorse that. All of that, even satanic looking stuff, we totally endorse it. Oh, Mickey the Wizard, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but we also got horrible satanic stuff and weird abstract shit happening. Yeah, we don't care.
Night on Ball Mountain was the shit.
And the funny thing is about that is after all that, my foster mom was like, "Okay, kids, time to go to bed."
You expect me to?
We were in a 2-story house, so like, so it's like I have to go to bed downstairs in the dark.
How about no, bitch?
Oh, hey, come here.
That being said, though, there is something sad about the state of animation nowadays, that the last time we had a Fantasia film, which is basically meant to show the experimentation and the ways we can push animation, was 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah, we did
haven't
have
had
like
any-
Fantasia 2000, didn't we?
Which I personally found very interesting, especially the Firebird Suite is one of my personal favorites. I love that shit.
But it turned out one thing I did not know about the old school Fantasia was they asked some artists to listen to some music and draw and paint out how does that music how does that music make you feel.
That's it. That's how you do it.
Well, on the subject of cartoons, like completely different. I'm actually going back to Warner Brothers, not Disney. I've also been watching the new Looney Tunes show on YouTube.
Whoa, shit.
And one of the ones I saw was when Daffy Duck apparently messed up his parade float while driving, and he used all of Porky Pig's money to buy himself an expensive yacht.
How does that relate? How does that make sense? Like, oh no, it looks like my parade's gone. I'm just gonna go ahead and rob my best friend and go on a.
No. He used
There's a perfectly good explanation. It's just not here right now.
He used
Juan, all these years you still don't know Daffy Duck.
It's Daffy we're talking about. The man's entire character is 50% greedy jackass, 50% plain old jackass.
And that's why I like him. He's the best character in Looney Tunes.
Fun little fact: there was one of my favorite shorts has Daffy Duck trying to run away from the Tasmanian devil, only to find out that he's gonna get a massive reward if he captures him. After a bit of running away from the Tasmanian fucking devil, he captures it, only to lose $1 from his reward into the cage. You know what he does? He opens the cage, goes back inside, beats the shit out of Taz, and comes out holding the bill going, "Mine!"
No, fuck you. I went through hell to catch you. I'm getting every last penny you're worth, pal.
That being said, though, to this day, though, there's a reason why I like Donald Duck better, is because Donald Duck punched out a shark.
You mean Daffy Duck?
No, Donald Duck, in one of his shorts, he spent a whole episode trying to get away from a shark, and when he found out that the shark fucked up his captain's hat, he got so fucking angry, he one-punched the motherfucker.
Was this in the new details, or when was
No,
this?
this is one of the old shorts.
Oh,
He
snap.
one-punched a shark. People keep forgetting this, but back in the... Okay, they toned him down for PG purposes, but Donald Duck is A sailor, B, a fucking member of the military, and B, a hard-drinking, heavy-smoking, swear-happy son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Donald Duck don't fuck around. The dude was so badass that he was retired with honors in real life. Think about that for a second.
Fair enough.
It's just like the old school cartoons is one of the main reasons why I want to become a cartoonist or an artist to begin with. But like my main goal was it was a crazy thing when I was a kid was to do animation for Disney.
Right.
And then that changed, and then all of a sudden do animation for Warner Brothers, and then that changed. Like, you know what, screw it, I want to be a tattoo artist. But then that changed. It's like, you know what, I'll just be my own artist.
Just put dicks on everyone.
Yep, just stab everyone, and you get to show art. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is meant to represent the straightforwardness of your character. You drew a dick in my arm. I know what I said.
I know. That'd be an excellent analogy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even a normal dick, it's dick butt.
But no, I do recommend you guys look up the new Looney Tunes show because they also portrayed Lola Bunny as like a hilarious, like insane rabbit in the whole.
Like she comes off like a psycho girlfriend kind of character.
Oh yeah, I know what Looney
ended
Tunes
up liking
talking
that character
about.
better
OMG,
because he
that's
had
so
a character.
Like,
Remember that time when the nostalgia critics said we don't want to fuck bunnies, and the whole internet was all like,
you sure
press
about
press X to doubt.
Oh yeah, that's another
I
thing.
think well, like
Have you seen the latest video of the Nostalgia Critic where he reviewed Independence Day Resurgence?
Not
Okay.
yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that he has the same opinion that I do.
it was dumb fun?
like
Meh.
Oh no,
I
What
almost
was-
went crazy for Lolo Bunny on Space Jam.
When are we getting the sequel to Space Jam? That's my question.
What do you mention that?
People are talking about it like crazy that they want a Space Jam with LeBron James and Bugs Bunny.
Dude, come on, man. We had... When did Space Jam come out? I gotta look this up. 1996.
Yeah, that's when I was trying to say. Oh yeah, I was 7. The most popular song. Oh my
we
goodness!
have
I believe
24 years of Slam Jam remixes. Come on, Slam,
Hold on.
and welcome to the Jam.
I need to
We
find
had 24 years of nothing but memes, and a fan game called Barclays Shut Up and Jam Gating out of it, which apparently was going to get a sequel one day. We had enough memes to last several lifetimes. We need an actual sequel to this shit. We need this. Imagine how technology has advanced right now. Imagine all the stupid shit we could do on that basketball court once they start filming.
We're gonna get it. But anyways, no, I don't want you to make assumptions, Angel. I'm gonna send you the link to the review of Resurgence, and I want you to watch it because, yes, he does get to a point, but it's hilarious.
The only opinion that I gotta say is that this motherfucker's 3 years too late. We hit up a review of Independence Day Resurgence when it came out. We hit it harder, we hit it better, and we actually did it when it was socially relevant. So
I
I'm
forgot
sorry,
we did that.
I like Nostalgia Critic better than I do, but motherfucker, we got there first, so
Oh my goodness!
I
Nostalgia
genuinely
Critic
forgot we did a
making
review
back
about that.
Man credit card.
Jeez.
yeah, no, it's like the moment he came out with that was like one of the dumbest lines. But like, there was like since we were talking about Space Jam sequel, what's the name of that guy who used to be on Vine? He basically got famous for like slam jamming in his Vine videos.
I forgot his name, but I know who you're talking about.
He's still on social media and he's still on like Facebook and I'm guessing he's on TikTok. I don't know. I hope not for his own sake because China is evil. No, but like I'm thinking that I remember seeing that since we brought this up, they actually want this guy to show up in the movie in like a cameo or whatever. Oh my goodness. They actually want the Slam Jam dude. I don't know. I don't remember his name, Sam something. But he did Vine videos where he would torment himself, like his normal self, and him dressed in like a pizza like hoodie, like pizza print hoodie. He's got sunglasses on. He's got a big boom box. It's like, no, please
Jesus
don't.
Christ.
Come on and slam. And he was just tormented. It's like, I can't skip this fucking song. They
Oh my
want-
goodness! I don't know why, but I hated that "Come On and Slam" and "Welcome to the Jam" song. Now you got it back in my head now.
No, it's not gonna go away. You guys know how everybody remembers the Batman movie for... You know how everyone remembers Kiss from a Rose because of the Batman movie? It's the other way around. Everybody remembers Space Jam because Slam Jam exists. So, of course, we had to go to the next logical step and literally mix it with every goddamn song in existence that has a beat.
Which is hysterical because you can actually mix almost any song to the Space Jam song.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
very,
when I was a
very
kid, it
easy,
was
simple
popular
beat
in
that
my
just goes with
community
it.
when I was growing up because I grew up in the hip hop community, old school. Don't judge me.
That's
I
fine.
can't
Mid-
judge where you came from. Nobody chooses that one.
No, fuck
But
that.
I'm probably old. Yeah, I do miss the '90s and the 2000s hip hop. Nothing's good anymore.
I miss it when music... In the words of Eddie Riggs, you want to just go back to another time when the music felt more real? You mean like the 70s? No. Earlier. Like the early 70s.
That's how it was born.
Yeah, you still have that copy and you haven't touched it.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
And then the PS3 broke.
Which is-
Remember?
Oh,
Which is
Yeah.
funny because I can imagine myself being old and gray, and the kids nowadays not understanding Ed, and Eddie's like, "What's Ed, and Eddie?" You guys have no idea.
I
I'm gonna feel all
love
down.
Eddie. That was such a great cartoon.
I miss it.
Fun little fact, though.
My niece and nephews were watching Uncle Grandpa, and that was on one of his lists, and they were asking, Auntie Joe, what's the Ed Eddie? My like, you guys have no idea.
Uncle Grandpa and Clarence need to just cancel that.
Well, they're no longer around, so that should tell you something.
Thing. The show
Also,
does not make any sense.
Hang on.
Fun little fact, though. The creator of Ed and Eddie, due to a combination of good timing and good businessman, held on to the rights of the show after he retired. That means that the show will never be rebooted, it will never be remade, redone, or re-altered. It's over, and its memory of its perfection will remain forever. No,
Makes sense.
how many shows can possibly say that?
None.
Not many. No.
Oh yeah, The Amazing World of Gumball is over. It's a shame though, because it was pretty good.
I know.
what the
Other
hell?
cartoons are coming to an end.
But
Like,
I digress.
Okay, I get it, but I get the comedy on it. I was never that invested in it, but I could see the humor in it. So yeah,
There was some surprisingly good comedy on that show. It didn't hesitate to do some shit, and I like the idea that every single character in The Wonderful World of Gumball was a rejected character sketch for a commercial mascot. And the creator one day just got together, looked at his drawings, and went, what the hell? I mean, I got all these designs.
Show.
Fun fact, there is an AT&T commercial that has Gumball dancing in the background. They got away with that because technically he is a mascot for a commercial that was never made.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, since the characters technically count as mascot concept art, you can put them on commercials and nobody can charge you for it.
Now, honestly, there were some good episodes on Gumball, but the show to me is like, it don't make no sense. The only episode that I had the feels for was when Gumball was making fun of his dad, and that really just like, are you freaking kidding me? He may not be a perfect dad, but at least of all he tries.
Yeah, no, for real.
One of my
I really love the one where Penny's finally transforming and her dad is suffering an attack of conscience because he drove her away. And Gumball goes, "Are you feeling guilty?" "Yes, I am." "Well, don't! Fatherhood is very difficult. Now send me over there."
I like the episode where Gumball's mom fights with an old acquaintance, and they get like into like this anime style like fight or whatever.
Yes.
I gave props to that though. It's like, yeah.
The art style changes are pretty
That
fun.
it's like, whoever did that did a great job.
I also like the a small clip. Me and Angel, we talked about this about where Gumball was like practicing the art of being the social justice warrior.
What?
The best. Perhaps you should have checked your privilege.
Yeah, like it started off.
Oh my god.
Friends saying like, "Oh, you should try eating wheat bread. It's more healthy." Not everybody can afford good food. Maybe you should check your privilege.
There was also a particularly good one where Richard, the dad, is trying to eat like 1,000,000 burgers so he can get the greatest burger in the world. And by the time he gets to the restaurant, his thighs are so fat that when they rub, they create Celsius temperature. Guess what the greatest burger in the world is called?
What?
Just guess.
I don't know. The thigh exploder. I don't know.
The MacGuffin.
God damn it!
And after spending the whole episode fighting, shoving that shit in his mouth, he can't eat the burger because he ate so much, literally nothing else can get through his gullet. It was great.
You know,
I think my favorite episode would be where their mom goes on some kind of trip, and they allowed all these people to party in their house until their mom got back because they don't know who was in charge. And you just see the mom just going, "Oh."
Right. I'm going to say this right now. This is something I've been holding on for a while. Anytime someone says the word MacGuffin, you know what I think? I think of that MacGuffin food thing from the cartoon series Sam and Max.
Huh.
Oh, Lord.
Considering how self-aware Sam and Max is, I think that was on purpose that they called it that.
Yeah, the Lay's MacGuffin is what they called it, I think.
No, definitely a goddamn... No, they did that on purpose. Sam and Max likes to take the shit of everything.
He has watched enough Sam and Max to get it.
Damn it.
Congratulations, you're old enough to remember Sam and Max. Go collect your 401k pension, Grandpa. You know what? I shouldn't say that, though. Recently...
You're old enough to know Sam and Max, too?
Actually, no, I'm not. Believe it or not, I barely know what they are about.
Oh, God.
Angel hasn't watched Sam.
I got a lot of shit to catch up to. Fun fact, actually not so fun fact though. We would like to take a moment to send my condolences to the loss of El Patron, who was considered one of the best animators of Cuba. He croaked recently.
Aw, man.
He's known for making the internationally famous cartoon of Elpidio Valdez, chronicling the adventures of a hero during the Cuban-Spanish War, and the surprisingly popular movie Vampiros en La Habana and its sequel, Más Vampiros en La Habana, which involved Nazis and much better animation.
Vampires in Havana. And the sequel, More Vampires in Havana.
Yep.
Okay.
It involves vampires getting the whole plot involves basically this scientist from the United States runs away. It's a German vampire scientist. He invented a formula that lets vampires walk upon the sun.
Oh no.
And he arrives to Cuba during basically the most fucked up part of the revolution, where Batista was about to be taken down. So it's just this insane complication of the revolution fighting with vampire mafia. Guess what? You know how the mafia usually has a term for killing somebody? The vampire mafia has a term for that. We're gonna take him to the back and give him the steak. No, they shove it up your ass. Out of your mouth.
Dude!
Yeah, no, like we thought it was gonna be kill you. In the sequel, we found out no, it doesn't kill you. They shove the giant steak up your ass through your mouth and put you in a freezer. You're still alive when that happens to you.
Damn.
Also, the last fight in Dragon the last fight in the movie turned into Dragon Ball. Like in the second movie, they literally go, "Yeah, we protected the formula. Now it looks and tastes like guava paste, and it also turns you to fucking just a vampire Super Saiyan." Like at one point, we have the spirit of the main character's uncle go, "You need to feel it, Joseph." His name is Jose, but he calls him Joseph. What are you talking about, Uncle? You have to feel the cold. What, it's like the Force from Star Wars? It's called the cold, Joseph. And then during the final fight, you know guess how he gets the cold?
How?
He figures, I don't have neither the years or the training to do this, so he flies to outer space and just goes and just takes it all in and goes back down. It's actually a pretty good movie. It's actually a pretty good movie. Like, overall.
I'm gonna have to look it up sometime.
By all means, dude. The first and the second one, they're the kind of crude, dark humor that you just don't get anywhere else right now. You know what I'm saying? It's the kind of humor that you get away with in foreign countries, because if you do it here, you get a million people complaining about everything, really. By the way, there's an article out there telling us that apparently a man sleeping is sexist too.
No. You just reminded me of something dumb happening with like, since I was mentioning TikTok earlier. Like, okay, so it's horrible if you see two guys kissing on TikTok, and they literally showed a video of a hetero couple, a man and woman, in front of a bathroom mirror, and it jump cuts to them, and I kid you not, him taking her behind, and it's up on the TikTok video, and that's okay somehow.
No one cares, dude.
Apparently, they care enough to ban gay dudes kissing. That's a
the
problem.
The rules don't even work, man.
That's freaking stupid. Like.
Then again, we live in a world where all the e-thoughts got mad that Project Melody was taking away their business. So you know what? Tit for tat, I guess.
Like, speaking of which, like, I heard that the art community has gone really bad now. The digital side of things, Jesus. Like, there was this artist I subscribed to her on Twitter and Facebook. Her name is Sakimi-chan.
Nice.
Oh, we know her, Sakimi-chan. Yes,
she's cool.
Her like it was like 2:30 before I went to bed, and all of a sudden I hear that this other person who's a digital artist was doing a witch hunt or just got jealous because her artwork was good and accused her of being fatphobic.
Oh Christ!
And that upset me. It's like that's like me. I do things traditionally, and I draw girls who are slim. Does that make me fatphobic, even though I'm big?
How dare you? Don't you understand that people have thin privilege that they exploit relentlessly? The body positivity movement, which ironically enough involves a very little movement, has some words against you right now.
That's some bullshit, man.
Absolutely.
So I'm just gonna keep this person anonymous because her Twitter is already protected because it backfired her. But I give Sakimi-chan props though. that she took
Naturally.
took her head high and just didn't tweet her, didn't talk back to her. She just kept going. It's like, yeah, when the guy I forgot his name, he's a YouTuber who told about it, it's like, yeah, this is nothing but jealousy.
Pretty much.
And as an artist, like, that's just messed up. I understand. It's like, I'm not experienced. I'm still learning. But that's like me just saying, oh, I don't like this person because their artwork is better. Or I don't like Bob Ross because he can paint nature.
You can say that, and that's fine, but because you're critiquing the type of art, and that's okay. But when you go against the artist, like, oh, this artist is racist, or this artist is a homophobe, or they're fatphobic, or they're transphobic, like, okay, where's the proof?
You guys
What's
remember
that all about? Where's it coming from? Yeah, sure, Like they say, like, oh, it's because they only draw skinny model characters. Like, basically, that's an art form. That's fine. You can draw however you want.
Basically, don't throw those kind of statements unless you can back them up.
Exactly.
I'm no artist. I'll be the first to admit it. My stick figures are something of legend to see. But anytime I hear the argument of, what was it called? What was the word I'm looking for? Unrealistic bodies, unrealistic standards. I just go, first off, shut the fuck up. There's people of all shapes and sizes in the world, okay? Second, anytime somebody criticizes the style, not because they have an actual critique of it, but because they're essentially trying to force their own personal views of what they believe to be good and fair into the thing, I immediately give up on the argument. You guys remember that artist? I can't remember the name. She makes this really quirky-looking drawing style that it feels like a more colorful version of Invader Zim or something. She made this very beautiful drawing of the crystal gems, and somebody went fucking insane because she basically gave Garnet a lighter skin tone, and they essentially claimed that she was whitewashing the character.
Are you kidding me?
They tried to dox her because of that.
Like, newsflash, Garnet's an alien.
Garnet is a rock.
Garnet is an extraterrestrial sentient rock person thing who's made of two smaller rock people things who care about each other very much, and then they form and they fuse and they turn into the 7-foot-tall rock person thing.
The eternal scissoring. But I digress. There's been to be a bizarre push of the idea that people have to be forcefully criticized, not because of their style, but because it somehow doesn't match with what the critic believes should be the right weight to draw something.
That was one of my rants. I literally said to myself, like, this don't make any sense. Like, she didn't have to do this. She took her love and time to show off this artwork. Like, before, like if you're jealous, keep it to yourself. Just don't try to cyberbully somebody because you don't like the art style, even though you're an artist yourself and this person's artwork is good, but it didn't make no sense to attack somebody for that apparent reason.
Let's see. Trying to block someone's art because it doesn't match with your personal view of what art should be. Now, don't quote me on this one, but where I come from, I believe that's called censorship, and we don't like it very much.
Yeah, it's kind of along the lines of fascism, maybe? I don't know. But, like, the one thing that I will say was bad artwork, and only just because it looks wrong. I know you've seen this. It was this this very famous drawing of Spider-Woman going over
that one.
Like, you know the one I'm talking about, where it looks like her back is arched in like a 90-degree angle, her ass is up this way, and her body's like this way, and it's somehow supposed to look right. Like, okay, that's just bad physiology, man. Yeah,
that's just the angle getting completely fucked up, and the perspective doesn't work on it.
Exactly.
There's also Rob Liefeld and Captain America's massive man titties.
Yeah, exactly.
But again,
expect a certain level of shit on him. We got 2 minutes left here, but hey, listen, Nora Otaku, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. It was always awesome to connect with you.
Yep. So. And thank you for joining us, Nora. We're going to go ahead and wrap you out, and we're going to start wrapping up because we got less than a minute to go.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Okay.
Take care, Chief. It's been good seeing you again.
All right. Check you later.
All right, Angel, do not leave because Juan is about to close us off. Guys, he always does. This has been an exciting, awesome episode. I'm glad we got to talk about all the good things. Even if they're small good things, they're still good things to keep our spirits afloat. Like, who cares about what like, I'm not saying I don't care about reality of what's going on, but what I'm saying is we can all use a bit of a distraction.
Sometimes you need it. So do those hard drugs, kids. It'll take your mind off everything.
No. Don't listen to him. Don't do that.
Don't do the hard drugs. Start with something simple.
Fine. Just inject mescaline into your balls like Lelouch would have done.
No. Start with booze. It's easy.
Start with booze. All right.
No.
Yeah, but it's legal. Yeah. It's not fun if it's legal.
All right. Go ahead and plug us, Wancho.
Thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock. Be sure to subscribe to us here. Be sure to check us out on our Teespring store, teespring.com/stores/The Ravens Flock. Please support us, and we have a shipping code available for you.
If you enter FSHIP 2020, then you will receive free shipping and handling on all of your purchased items.
Yep, and of course, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/RavensFlockOnline, home of the weekly live stream of the Wednesday Night War. And of course, subscribe to us here on YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, home of Los Amigos Play, The Black Files, and The Ravens Flock.
All
I
right,
swear to
everybody.
God, we'll do that out there eventually.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been another exciting live stream edition of The Ravens Flock, and we are out.
Remember, children, don't argue with fools.